at you, say you the balance of the person. I said I'm ready if I lost and I lost honorable fairly. I'm ready to call you and say I lost. What did you do? I have a presidential candidate that I'm there for. I haven't said anything. You know how you took. I haven't said anything. With all the way my name has been dragged, I kept quiet. People have been calling me and said, no, don't react. You know why? I have a bigger goal. I have a presidential candidate. I have a principal. We need to take.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
All right, good morning and welcome to the show. Wow. Okay, apologies for starting this program very, very late. Well, you know that we have to pay some bills and the bills are piling up. Sometimes we just have to sacrifice a little bit of our time to accommodate all that. So please, everybody, bear with us. And of course, welcome to Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. It is always a pleasure to be with you. The main event on radio has begun. Call your friends, call your enemies, because it's time for Straight Talk. No pending corners with the Radio Marshal. Barry Cosmos, that would have one on radio. Okay, today we will be taking a look at opposition politics in Nigeria. Yes, opposition politics. Somebody will be asking me why opposition politics. I just want to bring some few things to the limelight of what you people see. Same set of politicians juggling between political parties, saying the same thing over and over and doing the same thing over and over. You'll recall that it's very common to criticize the party in power. But once you get the power, oops, you change and become the demon you were trying to exercise. The political parties in Nigeria have been criticizing the APC of rigging. Not being straightforward, no level playing ground. The APC is doing that, turning Nigeria into one-party system, doing all manner of things. But it came down to the political parties to their own internal politics, and what we are seeing is nothing to write home about. Here in Imo State, the NDC is submerged in all manner of issues. The ADC is having the same thing. The ADC did a primary and everybody is complaining. If you, by your own self, without INEC, without the APC, will do your own primaries and you can't do it right, how do you think that the INEC will do it right? Does it mean that INEC is supposed to be a saint and you will not be a saint? You have your own party leadership and you cannot even give level playing ground to everybody. All you need to do is what? Conduct primaries to select your own candidate. Even at that, you can't get it right. It's always confusion. If the party primaries were conducted free and fair, yes, we begin to see hope for democracy. But look at all the primaries conducted in Nigeria. Which one, which party can you say, beat your chest and say, okay, their primaries were conducted without hitches here and there? In Imo State, there are allegations of the NDC, the Nigerian Democratic Congress, being bought over by Martin Agbaso. That is the accusation they keep saying. Nwole and what's the other man, Onyago, or whatever his name, I can't remember his full name offhand now, have been doing press conferences shouting that the people they sent from Abuja to conduct the primaries in Imo State of the NDC, they were not allowed to do so. Rather, the chairman, local government chairman, conducted or sold out the NDC portfolio to Martin Agbaso. I don't know how true that is, but this is the allegation they're putting forward. In Imo State, here, some say 6 o'clock, before 6 o'clock, they already finished primaries. Some aspirants say their names were not submitted to the national body, and this has made the NDC not to even announce results at the national level up to today. At the beginning of this program, you had the voice of Aisha Yesufu screaming and shouting. You cannot put out a statement and do another thing. You said you were going to conduct direct primaries, and later you went into a closed door and selected somebody. Saraki Dixon was there, the national leader of the NDC. If they cannot do direct primary, and they went into seclusion to select a leader that will represent them at senatorial level in Abuja, how then do you expect the APC to give you a level playing ground when you cannot even give aspirants in your own party level playing grounds? These are all issues that needs to be discussed. When you ask for equity, can you give equity? He who lives in glass house, do not throw stones. And at this point, can we ever have a democracy in Nigeria that is worthy of speaking about? Aisha Yusufu has been screaming out, but she says she's not going to any petition. She's not petitioning anything. She would take a lesson from what has happened. The NDC refused to go back. Peter Obi has urged all NDC aspirants to accept the primary result and forge ahead. To the ADC, Atiku Abubakar has emerged as the ADC presidential candidate amidst rancor. He contested with former governor of Rivers State, Amechi, and Hayatuddin. I spoke to some ADC officials, and they were crying profusely. Has the direct primary made most politicians who thought they were going to make money from primaries poorer? Is this a good way to go? Has the APC government brought in something to reduce money politics where people don't have to buy their way? Still, they were still accusing Atiku of buying his way out or being schemed. So if the ADC cannot do a primary that will bring a credible candidate without rancor, how do you expect INEC to conduct election without rancor? These are many more we are going to be analyzing this very beautiful morning. I'm just raising them up. Today, I'm not going to talk much. I want to hear what you think about this. Furthermore, opposition politics. When you are in your position, you are good to criticize. But given the opportunity, what can you do? Where does that leave the electorate? Where does it leave you and I that will have to select? If the political parties themselves cannot come together and do something good, well, they say Peter Obi is a shining light sitting on the mountain where everybody can see. But Peter Obi and the party, are they the same thing? The APC primaries, oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 1,000, 1,010, 1,050, 7,000, 11,000. They were counting that way, and that came to 10.9 million votes for the president, which everybody has considered to be a joke taken too far. So these are primary results. What do we expect from INEC when the election proper come in January and February 2027? My people, welcome aboard to the main event on radio. Let's talk about this, people. In 2014, subsidy is gone, subsidy is gone. What happened? In 2014, subsidy is gone, subsidy is gone. I will play you those voices. You hear what the opposition then was saying to the then leadership of the PDP in Nigeria. And today, the same opposition, APC, let's take a listen to them. And then I'll ask this same question. Those things they were saying against the PDP, can they say it again that they have done that when they are in power? So today, we take a look at what opposition really is in Nigeria. What is exactly do we see as opposition? Do we actually have opposition, or we just have politicians seeking for power? Are they opposition or are they power? Recall Daniel Bwala on Al Jazeera said a whole lot of things as opposition in PDP. He made a statement that I really can't get over. He said, check, when I was saying that, where was I? I was in the opposition. So do they really mean what they say, or they're just saying it to win argument because they are in opposition? What exactly is opposition in Nigeria? Is it to lie to the people when it's convenient for you, you praise the people in government? Now, Daniel Bwala has come up with a new one, saying Peter Obi is a dictator. Daniel Bwala has also said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not performing very well economically. People are not feeling it because we are too many. Nigerians are too plenty, 230 people. How would the policies benefit 230 million people? This is the same man who said a whole lot of crap when he was in opposition. So, what exactly is opposition in Nigeria? That is what we're going to discuss. Now, somebody please tell me what opposition is in Nigeria, and thereafter, I would want to get to the final conclusion of what you think opposition in Nigeria is, what it should be, what we have now, and what we want to have as opposition. Well, let's get talking. Today is an expose. Today is a lesson. Today is a clarion call for those who are in opposition today. When you get to power, what do you do with the power? All right, we head to some newspaper headlines, a little bit of them. Let's just get some few ones and talk about it. Owo church attacks, 4 terrorists get death sentence. That is one of the latest stories on the Punch newspaper. Over 600 pupils, teachers abducted despite 145 billion naira safe school scheme. So where is the money going to? What is making the schools, this program safe school? Is this not supposed to provide security to make it safe? Or is it just to give them water, give them sanitary pads and the rest of it? Is that supposed to be the safe school? No fewer than 603 students and teachers have been kidnapped in 7 mass abductions across schools in Nigeria between March 2024 and May 2026 under President Bola Tinubu, as poor implementation of the 145 billion naira Safe School initiative exposes pupils to armed attacks. And I ask again, where are our students? Bring back our students. It's not trending. Bring back our girls was trending because of what? Opposition politics. Today, we have spent 145 billion to do Safe School program. And these are flashpoints. There are flashpoints. We cannot have surveillance. We cannot have drones. We cannot have air defense system. We cannot have attacking thermometers to dictate where heavy metals are coming. We can't have mass movement detection systems in our school areas. Yet, you are spending 145 billion naira. Oh, me trouble. School abduction or your assembly rejects negotiation with bandits. All right, what does this entail? If they reject negotiation with bandits, have they suddenly grown wings and grown bones not to dialogue with the bandits? This is a good one. The Oyo State House of Assembly on Wednesday rejected suggestions and calls that the state government should negotiate with bandits who had abducted teachers and students during the coordinated attack at Ahoro Esiele in Orile local government area of the state on Friday, May 15th, 2026. It, however, called for intensified rescue operations to secure the release of victims abducted during the attack. The resolution followed a motion of urgent public importance moved by the lawmaker representing Orire State Constituency, Johnson Ogundele, during plenary shortly after the House resumed from the Idil Kabil Salah recess. All right, they have said, hey, no, Nehikaba, we are not discussing with these kidnappers and doctors of our school children. So what do they want to do? They want to forcefully rescue them. Will that put the lives of those young boys and girls and the teachers at risk? Well, your guess is as good as mine. So let me hear your thoughts on that. All right, this one now is a trending story. Voter data leak. Police detain INEC official and quiz Wike's aide. At the end of the day, not only quiz Wike, this man should be arrested. Why are you quizzing him? This is complete cyber crime. What are you quizzing him for? He's just a bloody appointee of the FCT minister, leaking somebody's personal data. It means none of us is safe. INEC has come out to give a statement on that, said it was an intentional leak from one of their ICT members. And then, are they using somebody as a scapegoat to cover up? But what does it entail? We can't even trust the people that are working in INEC. Oh, me trouble. Detectives of the Force Intelligence Department Intelligence Response Team have questioned the senior special assistant on social media to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Lere Olayinka, and detained an independent National Electoral Commission official over the alleged unauthorized release of voters' registration record. Emeka Ike has since said he was going to press charges. Let's see how this one pans out. But what INEC says doesn't hold water to me at all, because they are saying that somebody gave access to Lere. How can somebody just give Lere access? So how are we sure it is only Emeka Ike's data that was pulled out from that particular move by Lere? So there are so many questions. Questioning this man should be behind bars with 24 strokes of Koboko every day to come and tell us how you got to that place. Now, INEC is now telling us that one of the ICT member did that, gave access to Lere. So they are not saying Lere entered, the guy pulled it out and gave it to Lere, which is very possible. But how believable is that? Sources said the detained official, an electoral officer with INEC assigned to the Abuja Municipal Area Council, is under investigation for allegedly disclosing confidential voter registration records in connection with a political controversy that emerged during a party primary election. We have had the electoral officer for the Abuja Municipal Area Council in our custody since yesterday. Has he confessed? Publish his face. Let's know who he is. Also, Lere Olaika, the senior special assistant on social media to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, was invited and questioned over the Emeka Ike matter. That is what INEC is saying. Well, on the Daily Post newspaper, electricity, NEC approves special compensation for Band A customers. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, has approved a special compensation package for eligible Band A electricity customers affected. Who can be eligible? Everybody was affected. We are also affected. What is the compensation? giving somebody nearly 3 million naira for 1 month of electricity bill, and yet you don't give them the lights. And then you are saying eligible. Eligible for what? Well, under the directive, Band A feeders that recorded an average daily supply of between 18 to 20 hours will continue to be compensated under the existing framework contained in Addendum. Okay. Well, for Band A feeders that receive less than 18 hours electricity supply, next said the affected feeders will not be downgraded during the covered period. Instead, eligible non-MD customers will receive compensation equivalent to 20% of the approved February 2026 energy cap application to their feeders. What did that come mean? What figure of speech is that? Are you going to pay them the money they have paid? All right. Why I can't commit to one woman? This is coming from Singer Flavor. What figure of speech is this? Flavor, go and marry. Stop doing any and anyhow. What do you mean? Abandoned homeless flight of Almajiri children in Jos raises concern. The only property these children have is a plate, one Korea to go around. Plastic or Korea, they go around hitting it, cocoa, begging for arms. Look how many they are. That is how, like, half of them will become terrorists tomorrow. Keep abandoning these children. We are creating monsters in the streets. 2027, Peter begs NDC aspirants to accept primary elections results. Will they listen to their presidential candidate? Only time will tell. And then let's just take this other one. Insecurity in Yoruba land. Is Amotekun still effective in Southwest? The operations and effectiveness of the Western Nigerian Security Network, code name Amotekun, have come under scrutiny. Yes, that is a lead story on the Vanguard newspaper. 110 Nigerians face deportation as U.S. launches fresh West Africa immigration crackdown. And gridlock returns as truck shuts Mile 2 axis of Oshodi Apapa Expressway. Oh, boy. Okay, on that note, let me open up the phone lines in a jiffy so that we can have your say on today's program, 0911 20022. Good morning.
Mama.
Hello, who is the mama? You are live on Echo FM. Why are you mamaing me? Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Hello, Barry customers.
I greet you, sire.
I'm a ghost to Seneca.
Okay.
I'm from a couple of the government. I'm based in the water.
All right.
The question that we ask, we don't have any opposition party in this country.
Okay.
All we have is stomach infrastructure party. And that is what is happening in this country. Because every one of them being a politician, they only care about their stomach and their influence. That is all. I rest my case.
Thank you. Okay. Let's get calls. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. Who did my line? I greet you.
I greet you.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah. Buddy, what's in the happen now?
Nothing mega.
Yeah, buddy, now my speed, they call you.
All right, my brother.
Mario. Yeah. See, I hear say somebody INEX private will bring in weekly data, I think. And now, police have, I know. They say police have come out and arrest, I think. You are putting allegedly, I don't know. You are putting allegedly. You know, they say, okay, no, you're going to okay, no, no, giga. You know the parable.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now inside that do that thing. You know, so they say if you bend down, you see other. Now, so this thing they happen. Now, you know, now God will just bring them out. God will just bring them out. Now.
Okay.
So what I have to tell them, INEX people, they have to be very, very careful. They have to be very, very careful. You know, say this our boat, they do. Now INEX, they spoiler. So they do the needful. Everybody is watching them.
Thank you.
All the people is watching them. The world is watching them. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, as we take some messages on our Facebook, Julian Asike Beautiful morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossey. It remains absurd, unbelievable, and unbearable that over 600 of our school children and an additional set of 7 Federal Polytechnic students are now in deadly hands of kidnappers. Oh boy, too bad. And bandits. It is further unthinkable that we have a sitting president, instead of talking about the rescue of our children and other innocent victims in kidnappers, then it is very busy talking about how to continue to rule this country till 2031. At the same time, we saw the senator, led by the Senate President, Akpabio, smiling and showing their dirty teeth after yesterday. Okay. That word is too harsh, madam. Plenary, this the yesterday's plenary, this is a height of insensitivity and blatant show of irresponsibility. What type of country is this that has no negotiate with bandits to rescue its subjects? Is in the Lady Juliana CK sent in that one. We have Ahunwa John Easy, Honorable Ahunwa John Easy, DJ Easy from Nkalo Ifa Kalambitoli local government area. Good morning, Barry, and the angelic voice in the studio. Okay, Barrio, opposition or no opposition, please. I feel for those children and the teachers there in the bush. I'm almost losing hope in this country called Nigeria. Thanks and have a nice day ahead. DJ Easy. God bless you, my brother, for sending in your message this very beautiful morning. Let's take calls. Good morning. Who did ya?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Who did?
One.
I greet you.
My brother, how are you?
No, Yawa.
I just listen to your program.
Okay.
Much as I say, they enjoy them. There are certain things, observations where I just want to make.
Okay.
Because, see, this Nigeria, we don't get another one. No. Imo State is now the only state where we get to.
Abi?
If anything happens to our state, anything, if it's Kasala for anywhere now, it can affect you there where you're there for season. It can affect me here where they drive, they go along. So everybody needs to be careful how we manage our peace.
That's so.
You know, my name is Stanford Arize. Okay, your man. I don't come your station before now.
Yeah, Stanford. Thank you very much.
I actually want to raise this observation because when the report as a professional newscaster or radio broadcaster, you just need to give the information out as contained in the newspaper and allow people to form their opinion. If you on the desk there forms opinion directly, it can spoil a lot of issues that can affect all of us.
What do you mean by opinion? What do you mean by form opinion?
Well, if as a radio man, what you do there also can help to formulate public opinion.
All right.
And the fragile issues of peace and security and insecurity doesn't require you to be making very attractive conclusions that way, as if those that are in the position to render these services are not doing anything at all.
All right.
And when somebody report, let me give you an example of what I meant.
Okay.
When somebody talked about prison of a certain person by the police, he said, why did they just squeeze him? Why not arrest him? Arrest and squeeze, what is the difference? So we should understand, before somebody is squeezed, what is important about arresting somebody or squeezing somebody is to get information.
Let's get okay, hold on for lack of time. Let's get something very straight. I understand what you're trying to say. We journalists, we journalists, one job we have is to be a social crusader as well. I hope you understand. If something is wrong, it's our duties to call it out. Somebody committed what is written in the law as cyber crime. Are you aware? If you were the person that did that crime now,
but it is not your duty to try somebody. It's not trying to try somebody on the radio.
Hold on. Nobody is trying anybody. Yeah. If I call for an arrest for somebody who committed a crime, it is my right to do so. If somebody...
It is not your job, sir. It is not your job.
No.
You don't arrest or call for somebody's arrest on the radio.
No.
It's not done that way.
Listen, Ogami, calm down.
We are all journalists. We are all trained journalists. There are ethics in this job.
Okay, you don't want to listen now. I don't know how we're going to talk if you keep talking.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, so just listen.
Yeah.
When somebody commits a crime and they let him walk free, like you, as you are talking now, if you were the person who brought out this thing and posted on social media like the aide to the FCT minister, will you be here now talking?
No, you just understand. Did you understand what I'm saying?
Hold on. Answer my question. I want to answer your question. There's no time. I said if you go into INEX server or allegedly go into INEX server, and then you now post somebody's private data on social media, which by every standard, by law, constitutes cyber crime.
Okay.
Will you be here now talking to me and saying that we shouldn't do that? Now the issue is that the law has been applied. They have quizzed the person. I said no, this person should not be walking scot-free. If it is somebody that has to be arrested, it should be arrested, and it's our job to call it out. And I'm only saying this because it is necessary when you commit a crime. If not me or you commit, I could still say this person should not be free. It's just like when we say this person stole money in the account of federal government, has been accused. Arrest this person. This person is free. This person needs to be arrested. This is just information. And as we are talking, we are also the voice of the people. I hope you understand. There are a whole lot of things. So there's no time for us. There's no time for us to be arguing back and forth. All I want to tell you is that you have your own opinion, and I also have. I keep saying I am responsible for what I say. You are responsible for what you understand. Thank you very much, my brother. Okay, that is always sometimes when people try to be too righteous over certain issues, it's not necessary. And then somebody goes into INEX server or has possession of INEX server. Number one, for even daring to do that is wrong on itself. Two, when you commit a crime, obviously you should be detained and questioned. You can be arrested and released on bail. And then they say they have quizzed this person. What next? You can't treat these people like this and treat these other people like this. That's our job to call it out. If Ruben Abati or Rufai or Shehu has said this on national television, would you come and be questioning that Ruben Abati has called for arrest of this one calls for this? You don't do that. Many of you just think that because we are radio here, we don't have the same voice the people on television do have. No. What we are trying to do is keep things right and call the wrong where it's wrong, call the right when it's right. I do not have any preparedness for anybody. If Emeka Ike had done different, if Peter Obi today does that kind of thing, I will still call for his arrest. It's a very simple. You don't break the law like that. All right? So everybody just maintain. Don't think that we are shaping. I'm not shaping anybody. You are responsible for what you understand. Okay? I have every right to give information. I have every right to also analyze information. That's what I do. And anybody who is not comfortable with the truth, then it's your own problem, not mine. I hope that is understood. I don't want anybody to feel aggrieved or anything. Let's not talk about this again. Let's just move on. I think I've taken enough time to try and explain the situation, okay? So thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate your concern, all right? On Facebook, we have Declan Iwuna. He said, please, they should leave our NDC party alone. Thank you. Let's take another caller. Good morning.
Hello?
I greet you.
Barry.
I greet you, my Oga.
Yes, Barry, I greet you.
Thank
but
you.
It's like some people, when you say something, some people are attacking you on the air.
That's it.
You see, So when you see something good, are you not? What is your job? No, what is your job? The person attacking you. What is your job? You see, I don't want to say something here.
Please, my brother. Let's move past that. Let's move past that.
Understand? But what I want to say, somebody don't attack you when you say something. Understand? There is no bending collar. No bending corner. Have a nice day, Barry.
Thank you, my brother. All right. Here at Straight Talk, we'll try to give you the latest, and we'll try to call it out the way it is without mincing words. When we do that, Some people get hot, but that is not the problem. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to go on a short break now for a commercial. When we come back, the news update at 10 will follow, and then the conversation continues. Don't go nowhere. Don't touch your diet. We'll be right back.
It's the sound of the city.
We do not have what it took to go to every local government.
This information.
Have put out a statement to the world that he was going to do that. If we do something, we must stand
And professional advancement, then worry no more. The Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria, ISPON, Imo State Chapter, invites all willing and interested individuals and corporate bodies to join and subscribe to our professional training, certification, induction of new members, and upgrade of experienced safety members. Those expected to join and subscribe include safety professionals seeking ISPON training, membership and certification, those seeking training career in health, safety and environment, corporate bodies aiming to install or improve on workplace safety, including students and graduates interested in professional training and certification. We also offer safety audition and system upgrade for organizations, including executive safety training for directors and chief executive officers.
We are located at 19 Wedward Road, last floor, on top of Unity Bank, Cherubim Junction, Owerri. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 0806 487 5577 or 090-172-72206 or 090-74-669-961.
Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria for the advancement of your safety career.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Welcome to Divine Mercy American International Academy, DMAIA, offering crèche, nursery, primary, and secondary education, and government-approved day and boarding school. Admission is now open for the 2026-2027 academic session into JSS 1 and 2, SS 1 and 2. Join us for entrance examination coming up on Saturday, 4th July 2026. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Examination venues include St. Paul's Parish, Douglas Road, Owerri, St. Malumba Parish, Owerri, St. Jude's Parish, Naze, and DMAIA school premises, Ochicho BK Ngopala. Registration forms are available at the school and at the exams venue. Guess what? The first 10 students to arrive each venue will enjoy free entrance examination registration. And that's not all. Students with outstanding scores will receive special tuition subsidies. For more inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0901-250-0444. Divine Mercy American International Academy, where knowledge, power, and excellence meet.
Echo FM.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? How we are slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. The Nigerian Labour Congress has declared support for the nationwide strike action by the Nigerian Union of Teachers and called for the immediate release of pupils, students and teachers abducted by kidnappers across the country. The NLC commended the leadership of the NUT, led by Titus Audu Amba, for taking what it described as a thoughtful step to draw attention to the safety of teachers and students nationwide. The sister of the former Minister of Power and All Progressive Congress 2027 governorship aspirants in Oyo State, Bayo Adelabu, and her twin children have been kidnapped in Ibadan, the state capital. An eyewitness confirmed that the incident occurred in the challenge area of the Ibadan Southwest local government area of the state. The family therefore appealed to members of the public to remain calm, avoid speculation, and refrain from circulating unverified information that may jeopardize ongoing security operations. The pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere has warned that the delay in the establishment of state police may trigger self-help. It faulted the federal government's reactive deployment of security forces after terror attacks, describing the approach as infeasible and ineffective in protecting citizens. The group therefore urged political actors not to exploit insecurity for political gain, saying the issue should be treated as a national concern. After over 2 years of respite from the traffic congestion along the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, container-laden trucks and fuel tankers resurfaced around the Mile 2 Beggar Yard axis, causing massive gridlock and obstructing vehicular movement after blocking access and adjoining roads. Reacting to the development, the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASTMA, swung into action to restore traffic flow and subsequently evacuate several trucks from the road, issuing a stern warning to operators to stay off access roads and maintain a single lane. Fear and anxiety have gripped families in Borno State following the abduction of 13 travelers, including women and a 7-month-old baby, by suspected Boko Haram insurgents along the Damaturu Highway through the Kamuya axis of the state. Families of the abducted travelers have now made an appeal to the federal government, Borno State government, security agencies, and other relevant authorities to intensify efforts towards rescuing their loved ones and reuniting them with their families. And in business, the International Monetary Fund has warned government against resorting to broad subsidies, price controls, and tax cuts in response to rising energy and food prices, arguing that poorly designed interventions can worsen inflation, strain public finances, and deepen global shortages. It warned that sustained increases in energy prices can sharply reduce household purchasing power, particularly among low-income families, while also placing severe pressure on businesses. And in the world of sports, FIFA has banned fans from bringing refillable water bottles into World Cup venues in a last-minute policy change that will force thirsty supporters to pay for bottled water. The Athletic reported the rule change comes despite expert warning fans could face health risks from extreme heat at open-air venues during the World Cup, which is being co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And on the foreign scene, no fewer than 110 Nigerians are amongst 355 West African listed for deportation by Donald Trump's administration as Washington intensifies its immigration enforcement under the newly expanded West African Operations Watch WOW initiative. The 110 Nigerians represent the largest single national cohort in the operation, underscoring the scale of the crackdown on West African nationals deemed to be in violation of United States immigration laws. And that is all for the news update at 10, brought to you by our news desk. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM. On X is at Echo FM _Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening. Please stay with us for Straight Talk.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front.
Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems.
On action, I don't want to somebody.
And daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk, get straight analysis, no bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
All right, welcome back to the show, people. No time so that we can delve into the conversation. It's a very lengthy one, so let's try and do justice to it. Okay, before we go into the conversation, let's just reduce some of the messages that came in here earlier on. Dr. Mrs. Mao Laborer from Owerri say, how can Nigerians trust the people they elected when they have betrayed the trust? We are now having confidence meltdown, which is a situation of having little or no trust in the leaders and the system. We need a U-turn from the leaders that all hope is not lost and change from the nonchalant attitude they show to the plight of the masses to real commitment. Then and only then shall confidence be restored. A new Nigeria is very possible. That is the gospel according to Dr. Mrs. Olebra from Owerri. All right, we have this one to say, good morning, Barry, and happy new day to you. My name is Felix Nwazuzo, texting from Umuahi Mbieri. NLC should join NUT in the strike and release of our abducted students and pupils by the terrorists and bandits. And again, begging the terrorists and bandits to release those in their captivity shows that Nigerians are now in the mercy of the terrorists and bandits, as they are now going for the politicians as they have abducted Adelabu's children. But it's so sad that this government is visiting the parents of abducted children with rice instead of bringing back the children. And Senate President is busy giving hope to those APC politicians that have never given hope to those parents they abducted that were children were abducted. But it's only in Nigeria that President will visit those that lost their loved ones, and only to stop at the airport and tell them visit him there. And Barry, I now ask, who is now visiting who? And finally, the work of the opposition is to checkmate the excesses of the ruling party and make them to stand on their toes. Barry Peter Obi is only the true one-man opposition in this country. Thanks and enjoy your day. Okay, we have this one from Engineer Buka from Futo. In chemistry, an opposition party should function like a catalyst, accelerating good governance without being consumed by personal interest. It should act as a quality control reagent, testing every policy, exposing impurities, and ensuring that the final product of governance meet acceptable standards. Beautiful. What many Nigerians often see today is sometimes closer to an unstable mixture rather than a true opposition. Instead of serving as a catalyst, some opposition elements behave like substances in a reversible reaction. Bam. Constantly shifting between government and opposition, depend on political temperature and pressure. This creates a solution with low concentration of ideological principles and high concentration of personal ambition. A healthy opposition should be the buffer solution of democracy, preventing the political system from becoming too acidic with excess power or too alkaline with unchecked authority. It should conduct periodic titration of government action, measuring performance against campaign promises and constitutional standards. When opposition leaders abandon scrutiny and accountability, the democratic process experiences a reduction in its activation energy for bad governance, making undesirable reaction easier to occur. The result is political contamination, loss of public confidence, and a decline in the purity of democratic institutions. What Nigeria need is an opposition that behaves like a spectrophotometer, carefully analyzing every policy, identifying hidden defects, and presenting alternative formulations. Such an opposition would not seek to destroy the reaction vessel called Nigeria, but would ensure that the nation's democratic experiments produces a stable, beneficial, and sustainable compound for all citizens. In essence, a true opposition is not an enemy of government. It is the control experiment that proves whether government policies actually work. Without it, Nigeria's democracy risks becoming a chemical reaction conducted without measurement, supervision, or quality assurance. This is the gospel, according to Engineer Ebuka, texting from Futo, and that brings us to our main question. What is the opposition? Because today we are discussing opposition politics. I want to take you back to 2014, and at the end of the day, we hear what the opposition who are today in power was saying to the then government of Goodluck Jonathan, of course, and Obasanjo at the PDP. And as at that time, let's take a listen to them. And when we come back, we'll take a look at what they were saying and what they are doing today as leaders. So when you are in opposition, your head will work. When you are in government, your head stop working. I don't understand. What exactly is the opposition? Is it just to grab power that pushes them to say and do a lot of things, or just because they want the country to be good? Let's take a listen to the rally in 2014 and all what they said to the then administration.
FM. Jonathan, you will not sleep well. Those who are supporting you will not sleep well. When you wake up in the morning, you will be migraine. In the evening, you will be bellyache. If you don't leave quickly, what happened to Abacha will happen to you. If you don't leave quickly, what happened to Yaradua will happen to you. The people of Nigeria say, enough is enough. We're going to call their name and we're going to shout, Ole! We are one by one. Obasanjo! Jonathan! I know they hear them. I know they fear them. I know they fear them. I mean, people say that again. Obasanjo! Babangida! Sambo! Jonathan! David Ma! Their father! Whether they remove the subsidy or not, we will still be in problem. If they remove subsidy, they will share the money. Jonathan, you will not sleep well. Those who are supporting you will not sleep well.
That was in 2012 during the fuel subsidy protest in Lagos. You had them. Where are they today? The president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was there. He said his own. Today, he's in power. How market? So do we really have opposition in Nigeria, or we just speak to take over power? When you take over power, what do you do with it? Right now, opposition is shouting for the present administration of the APC. You had earlier on Aisha Yusufu complaining. You had Amechi complaining. You had Babachir Lawal complaining. And the rest of them. David Mark was in government as at that time. Today he's complaining. Were the things good? What they were saying then, was it real? And is it still real till today? So I ask again, what exactly is opposition in this country? If you know it, say it. I think Engineer Buka just captured everything very, very well, the essence of what opposition should be and what we have in this country. But I want to hear your take. What do you see as opposition in this country, and do we even have opposition? Are the opposition just looking for power? And if they grab it, what's next? Let me hear your take on this one. I want to hear your views on this particular very important matter. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you.
Saying what they talk from Uzama.
Okay.
What I want to say is, since APC came in, they are not giving us what we need.
Okay.
If it is God that PDP is ruling, PDP they have tried, they have done well. But since PDP just come into this country, they turn this country upside down. They have become every day Nigeria is leading. Every day Nigeria is leading. There is no good story on them. Please, they should just find way to sit and go and rescue those children. Let them give us faith and give us another person. We need PDP or this NDC, please. We don't need them. We are tired of this bleeding of blood.
All right. Thank you very much. Nigerians are complaining today, but are you going to do the needful tomorrow? Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello,
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Turn it down, turn the volume.
Okay, I'm already out of that place.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, God bless. Yes, my name is Paul Odikore.
Okay.
And I want to start with this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. So God needs only one person to reset the memory and the brain set of Nigeria, and not the multiple people. It's what is happening, and even the NDC that everybody is clamoring on. They are the same politicians. They are just like a bottle of beer. When you leave one particular brewery and they put another label, it becomes another thing.
Okay.
But the original thing inside there is beer that have alcoholism that intoxicates people. So Nigerian politics is filled of alcoholism that is powerful, intoxicating them. So what we need in this Nigeria is only one person at the helm of the affairs. If the leader, for instance, is a thief, tell me how can he control the messenger when the messenger thief 1 naira? But when the head is a person that is a man of integrity, he can now reset the presidency from that place to Senate, from that place to House of Reps, and go down to the local government and the state. There we now see a better Nigeria.
All right.
You understand me?
Thank you very much.
So let us be very, very peaceful and patient to see if what we are looking for will come to us by getting a real president of this country. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Hello, who there?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Cosmos.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, this is Amma that calls from Uche Street in Owerri.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Cosmos, it seems that some people have forgotten the fact that you are the watchdog of the society, the fourth rank, and that is what is called professionalism. Yes, maintaining that is professionalism.
Thank you.
So, but in terms of what you are asking, I think the opposition, in the sense I understand it, should be the checks and balances that exist among the three arms of government.
Okay.
A normal checks and balances. That is unfortunate. Today's opposition is what I can call envy opposition. So the opposition to grab power, the kind of opposition is little just to grab power. So that's the way I look at it. There is one thing I want to ask you, Mr. Cosmos.
All right.
What is the difference between...
Hello?
What's the difference?
Okay.
Yes, I'm with you. What's the difference between Lere Olayinka and the El-Rufai's case? What's the difference? Because to me, I think there is no difference. But if there is,
all right.
let me know.
The only difference I can think of...
Amma from Uche Street.
All right. Thank you very much, Amma. The only difference I can think of is the fact that El-Rufai did wiretapping and he owned up to it that he did it. In this case, it is still not clear if this man had direct access to INEC server. INEC is now saying that it was one of their own ICT staff that brought it out and gave it to him. That's what INEC is saying right now. So it's a different thing. But the only thing here is the similarity is that he used that personal information to win an argument online, posted somebody's argument, somebody's own data completely online. That's where he committed a cyber crime and cyber bullying, of course. And that is now punishable by imprisonment and prison terms. So it is very, very funny that when things like this happen, normally, El-Rufai is under detention and before they are investigating and sending to court. That's why I was saying, why is this man roaming free when they have similar cyber crime? Because what El-Rufai committed was cyber crime, cyber bullying, cyber stalking, as they call it. Same thing with this Larry. The only difference that El-Rufai owned up to it. He said it himself that he did it. But in this case, it was discovered that the CVR is linked to INEC Direct server for voter registration. And then INEC is now defending that the man has no access to their back end. It is one of their own that logged in, brought it out, and gave it to him. So that's the difference, all right? I don't know if that answers your question. Let's take another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard. Name and submission.
Okay, my name is Mary calling from World Bank.
Okay. Welcome.
So, thank you. So, okay, I just want to, I don't know, El-Rufai, I don't want to put mouth in his matter. I don't want, but this, I don't know, is it EDC or what?
Okay.
That his sister got kidnapped.
Okay.
I think it's a protest kidnap. They are protesting. You know, the people of that particular state, they are protesting. They want government to do something about the children that were kidnapped. So they went ahead to kidnap. I don't necessarily think that it's, you know,
well,
headsmen or what.
You may be wrong. You're thinking wrongly because these guys are dead devils. Anybody that doesn't use evil to correct good or correct another evil, that's what you're trying to say they did. If they committed an evil act to correct an evil act, how does that work? So
it's not good. It's not good, but it's just, I mean, see, people do bad things, right? You can't control everybody. That's
definitely. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to say. Definitely.
Yeah, so, criminals everywhere. Okay, bandits, kidnapping everywhere. So you can't even tell the ones that are our people that are kidnapping us anymore. Did you get? Yeah. Everywhere, just kidnapping. You don't even know whether it's Fulani herdsmen or you don't even know whether it's this is our people. These stouts who go about drinking, smoking. That's okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much for calling. Okay. They're saying that this is protest kidnap, that because the man was in power, they kidnapped the sister and the twin daughters, twin children of the sister of the former Minister of Power, who is a governorship candidate for that state there. So at the end of the day, well, that's just a conspiracy theory, my sister. There's no substance to that at all. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
How you doing?
No yawa.
Evangelist a great word. I call for Nigeria. Where they kidnap somebody, they pay, they give you rice. We no get right, they give you rice. Oh, my brother, let me talk of what we are discussing this morning.
All right.
Yes, concerning what we are saying. You see, my own brother, if you look at the way things are going, you know that we don't have any hope again, except by special grace of God. And that God, where we are looking for, will give us victory, so that everything will be normal in this country. I have not much to say.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
you.
Thank you very much, Ekele the world. God bless you. Okay, Barrio, the Jagaban of Echo FM, happy day. Very sad that the abductors and bandits have resorted to trade by barter with the lives of captive school children. Aye, this one enter. It is like we have lost our humanity, especially under this evil-infested APC government. Weakest aid and air Rufai's offenses, what are the differences? Double standards everywhere. The People's Elder. Thank you very much, the People's Elder, for your message. Double standards for the same similar kind of offense. And People's Elder went further to say, in a civilized crimes, a government incapacitated to protect lives and properties does not deserve and justify any justification to still remain in office, unless we are captured people waiting to be taken into the bush for negotiations to start. Any sympathizer of this inept government must be a bandit or abductor, a kidnapper or terrorist or all of the above. Well, that is the message from Elder Chijoke, the People's Elder. Elder Chijoke, that one concern, you talk that one. But at the end of the day, there are people who support government for various reasons. And in this matter, I don't think anybody is happy with this. I don't think anybody wholeheartedly will say, hey, I support government because they're not doing well in time and people are being kept in the bush. No. But I do think that they have other things. They think that the government is doing nice. Well, that's the opinion of everybody. Everybody, the way you make your bed, so you lie on it. Thank you very much, Elder Chijoke. Okay, we have Ifeanyi Ejimkonye next on the line. Ifeanyi Ejimkonye from Obiakpo Egbema. There's a saying that when you put an old wine in a new bottle, it will still have the same old taste. My brother Barry, what I saw during APC and ADC primary elections flabbergasted me and made me believe that 95% of politicians are the same, regardless the party they belong to. My advice to electorates is to vote for the personality, not for the political party. But the problem we have is that 5 good politicians are not allowed to take over power and revamp Nigeria and also put smile on the faces of Nigerians. Now, where the problem they be that? Okay. Now, where the problem they be that? When they give the people. I did APC, I did PDP, I did NDC, I did ADC, whichever C or the D and C you have. The people that are in that party matters. Take a look at all political parties. People just keep jumping from one party to the other party without any ideology. But there are personal ideologies that you can really relate to. Well, President Bola Tinubu was known as a Democrat all through his life until he was made president. So now people begin to ask and question his democratic principles. That is what they are questioning. You see other politicians in other parties. Peter Obi right now is being seen as a very frugal person. Well, he was governor, he showed frugality, but as president, what will he do? Bola Tinubu was also governor. A lot of people say a lot of good things when he was governor of Lagos State, despite the fact that his allocation was withheld, local government allocation, I mean, and he did well. as Lagos State governor, created a blueprint other governors have been using, and Lagos State seems to be growing every day. They attribute it to his leadership model, bringing young, vibrant leaders from Ambode to Fashola, Ambode, and then now the present governor. So a lot of people say good things. But now that he's president, superintending over a very large population area with a high population density of over 230 to 50 million people, the story has changed. So today we see Peter Obi as a very great option, but then if he has the power with every problem Nigeria have, can he withstand it? These are questions. So if you think he can withstand it, hey, file out, go and vote for him. If you think Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if given more time, most of these things we have suffered for the past 3 years going to this, the 4th year going, then we will consolidate on it and life will turn around like they've been saying. Well, it's for a short while. These things will bring hope. They'll have stable foundation and all this craziness that have been said. Then you vote them to continue. If you think Atiku Abubakar of the ADC will bring experience and fresh ideas into governance, well, you just go there to print ADC. That's it. But if you think young, vibrant leaders like Sore and the rest of them that are coming from other political parties, well, you go there and their party, AAC. So it's your choice, actually. So what you make of all these choices you have is what you do. Then people will not say, INEC, they there, rigging, they there, and all that. I ask again, if opposition cannot do their own primary without rigging people out, how do you expect rigging not to be in the main election? And all of us seem not to get the picture I'm trying to paint here. If we can't get opposition parties to do a primary that will be credible, everybody will go home very satisfied and smile. How can we do a general election and people will go home smiling? That's just the problem. But these are political actors deciding your fate. But you can change all that if you decide. If 250 million Nigerians, let's say 30 million of them are children who are between less than voting age, if 30 or 40 million excluded, and then the older generation will be like another 10 million, those who cannot go to the polling unit. That leaves us with about 90 to 100 million of Nigerians who are capable of voting. If 50 million of Nigerians come out and take a decision, who go change the result? Who born you? You know the fear. Try them. But unfortunately, the same people that are crying today will be the same people that will line up behind the people that are crying that they are oppressing them when they throw in a little handout, which you will collect definitely. Then for you to get a handout, you must show them that you have voted for them. So they'll go and take more money belonging to you, come and give you rice. And tomorrow you go and vote, and then they give you rice. You vote while they eat chicken, and they fly in private jets, and they give you rice and, granite oil with their faces smacked on it. That rice where you go collect, chop, you go pepper you for body. You go pain you for belly. You go purge you. Stay away from the rice. Stay away from the 5,000, the 20,000, and stand well for you. That is the true opposition. The only opposition that is viable is the people, not the parties. Political parties, politicians can do nothing. They will play politics of personal interest. There is no permanent friend or enemy in politics, but permanent interest. So the only interest of you is to be the opposition, the people who are suffering. If you are the opposition, you go out there and do opposition by voting for the right people. But if you are not opposition, if you think they are doing well, then you sit back and then let the party politics play out. Simple. So the only true opposition is you and I. It's not the politician. The politician has no say here. All of them, from one party to the other, what are they doing? Seeking for position to get to power. So the true opposition is you listening to me out there. Are you going to use your opposition power to effect change in the places where you know that change is needed? And when we talk about opposition, you think it's just about the presidency. Hell no. The presidency is far away from you. Your councillor is closer to you. Your local government chairman is closest to you. And then we have the State House of Assembly and the Federal House of Assembly that is supposed to be bringing direct dividends of democracy, direct succor to your doorstep, to your neighborhood. They're not doing it. You need to go out there and be the opposition to change that status quo. And then you come to the governors, the senators. They are all there. So when we talk about leadership, everybody looks at Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president. Hell no. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be, is the president right now. And then he appoints ministers. And these ministers are supposed to do. So if you get the right person and he appoints the right people in various ministries, then leadership will start showing face. If you get the right governor, he appoints the right commissioners who will see different aspects of governance, then you begin to see results. If you get the local government chairman and he begins to work very well with his councillors, then you see democracy at the grassroots will do well. If you don't do it as the only viable opposition, the people, we the people are the opposition. You can do it. Forget about it. Let's go back to the calls. Good morning.
Hello.
I greet you.
Hello, good morning, buddy.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, my name is Kasim. I'm calling from Yagba.
All right, Kasim, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This topic you bring this morning, as you play this voice of APC in 2014, I'm very, very happy. See,
okay.
I used to say this, democracy has nothing good to offer for this country. All of them, they are all the same thing.
Okay.
Both opposition, both MPC, NDD, FRC, they are all the same thing. The only thing these people they are looking for now to grab the power. When they step there, they will not do anything again. I remember in 2015 when Buhari took over from Jonathan, Buhari want to choke his minister from anywhere, not from political party, but this Kaba, they not allow him to choose minister from where he likes. Then select a minister for him. Then told him that you are the one that win the election for yourself. And you forget that we are the one that put you for this seat, and then now you want to reject our list. Buhari has nothing to do than to agree with them to collect their list. Many things they have for this country, but some people don't know. Even those better person come when he come as a president of Nigeria, he will meet people who pass him in that house. Then we press him down. He will not see anything to do because the way that we used to practice our democracy in Nigeria. That is why this is not going well. Thank you and God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Kasim. Good morning, my managed man, Mr. Wise Man, Mr. Barry, Mr. Spokesman. I greet you immensely as usual. I am Mr. Wisdom Ugochukunyere Chimereze Iwala from Ngokpala, LGA, Imo State. My concern now is on those that are heading and overseeing the southeastern states. I mean, all the governors. What have they done? What are they doing now? And what do they intend to do to ensure that the lives of those residents in the east are protected from these gruesome ingrates and unscrupulous elements which are imported from God knows where into Nigeria, and the so-called opposition in this country is just for who's next to take the turn of their own national cake. Is this not the same old wine in a cracked bottle? If you are asked to choose between now and then, of course, you should know the better side. In fact, where it pains me most is whenever I hear in one Nigeria we stand, can two work together if there is no mutual agreement? Thank you very, very much. We have this other one says, good morning. I listened to the voice that you just played. Mr. President is a failure. He was among those protesting today. He's in power. Everything is bad. Shame. All right. My name is Eze from Egbu. Thank you very much. Okay. This one says, Kai, I'm going to stop to the right newspaper. Write your message short, Pico. Good morning, Barry Cosmos Jagburuburu, one on radio. The kidnapping of Adelabu's sister and her twin children is the beginning of such ugly things to come. The people presently in government will receive their rewards in this regard, since they have decided not to address the issue of insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, and terrorism. On the question of whether we have opposition or not, we have opposition, but they are weak. The members of the opposition parties are most of the time selfish, and this leads to them carpet crossing to the ruling party instead of remaining in his or her party. The ruling party, on the other hand, busy destabilizing or settling confusion in the opposition parties. Every Nigerian sit up as we approach 2027 elections. God help us. Ngoka Anthony, please, from Christchurch Road, Owerri. And we have, this one says, good morning, Sir Cosmos. Sir Cosmos, do you know that forest trader don't guide past forest trader? And EFCC, DSS, police know they see them catch. Well, the Chi boy texting from OG, have a blissful day ahead, Sir Cosmos, and to every good citizen in Nigeria and Imo State. God bless all. All right, we have this other one says, very good morning. Nigerian politicians are now replacing the citizens' constructional rights with rights. Which way, Nigeria? Reverend Ambassador Charles Mweme, thank you for your message. And this one says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Opposition in Western countries is really working positively, but going in the wrong direction in Nigeria context, because all the politicians here are egocentric and corrupt except one. If we fail to mandate that man to be the next president of the country, I think it's better for us to forget about democracy and apply another system of government. Uzoma from Owerri. All right, we also have this one says, God. Okay, good morning, Barry Cosmos, the One and the Okenzo on radio. What about Mrs. Donekoma? I hope she's okay. Yeah, she's very okay. I told you she's on extended leave. Barry, what the wise sees while sitting on the floor, the fools can never see even when they get to the top of the World Trade Center. The opposition is supposed to be a supervisor with clean hands to grab and defend what is right in governance. The opposition is not our problem, but the only solution to our vast problem is what Ujuku suggested in Aburi. Confederation will end insecurity, reduce corruption, foster region competition and economic development, kill the corruption in our electoral process, and make Nigeria great again. The opposition can do nothing. Only a good system of government like Confederation can save our country. Henry Naji from our former Market Old Road Necker there. All right, we also have this one says, good morning, Barry, the radio marshal, the one, and Prince Chi Edozie and woman, writing from Owerri. My brother, our problem is INEC and judiciary rigging. Everybody claims to be an opposition when power is not in their hands. But we know who is who in this country. But the likes of Mahmoud will always collect gratification and compromise. Barry, if we have credible and transparent persons, Nigeria will change for good. If the president is corrupt, the subject will always be corrupt. Barry, the prime example is that our money is now missing in trillions. If I may ask, where is Mele Kyari, NNPC boss, and Tinubu is petroleum minister? Trillions disappear under their watch till today. They create a way for them, the man, to run away. Barry, what about Port Harcourt refinery? Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Olebra. Democracy is meaningless if there is no opposition. There is no way we can kill opposition, because if we do, who then will question the excesses of the ruling party and act on behalf of the masses? We need to rise up as opposition and say enough is enough. We pray for the right persons to lead, not to rule, to give, not to take away. Moral compass, not rudeness. Captains, installing those who deserve our loyalty, and leadership, not those that demand our dealership and lordship. Men and women who stand tall on moral foundation, who march on gold in search of honor, with service and heart of love for us, and leaders with fear of God. We must get it right in 2027. And this one is from the People's Elder. Say, Barrio, whether we opposition we have, say, whether we opposition we have, what we do not have is opposition parties. Reason is that secret is best kept by three people. If two are dead, Bat was a governor, but a dictator governor. so can't be said to be a Democrat. P.O. was a governor and had a clean record, yet to be contradicted. The people's opposition is just the way out. The people's health is speaking. All right. Let me take another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, my good brother.
I greet you. Great morning to you.
Yeah. My name is Comrade Frank from Worksley House.
All right.
Sabari, you know, when we talk about opposition in our country today,
okay,
so several times, but honestly, it pains me, yes, as most of the last callers have said. We always shout opposition, but honestly, if we grab the power, we change automatically. But I am saying it so boldly to Nigerians that it's not going to be business as usual. That Nigerians should put all their trust in P2P to change this country total, believe me. Because formally, this present president become part of the opposition, speaking, joining in protest. But today, he's something else. Look at it. Look at Nigerian children in the bush. Why we talk about 2027? But nevertheless, sooner, let Nigerians stand up on their feet and say no to no. Say no to evil. Where are we? We talk about opposition, president. Where Nigeria passing through the eyes of the neighbor.
My brother, thank you.
It's so painful. It's so painful.
Thank you.
We need to make things work in this country.
Thank you, my
Thank
brother.
you. I have a great day.
All right. Good morning.
This is Henry from Nazi.
Okay.
The same man who called you today.
Okay.
Reporting about escorting from a secondary school at Imo State.
All right. Go ahead.
They call that name passing paper money. Each subject is 3,000 per student.
Are they excuse me? Are they forcing students to pay, or those that
if
pay?
If you don't pay that money, you will take the exam. They will call the names on the hall, that hall. So if there are 50 people taking the WAEC, one of them will pay 3,000. If they call your name on that hall, your name is not there, you will take that exam.
Okay.
I'm giving the right information.
All right, thank you. I would go around and check. I will send one or two persons to give me information.
Now let me ask you a question now.
Okay.
Have you abolished private school to continue taking this their graduation, paying money for their graduation again, for the parents to pay money for their graduation?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't have any answer to that. Like I said, nobody has abolished anything. What we are going to do is to investigate and find out about it now. All right. Thank you very, very much for your contribution.
Some people let them come to private school at nothing.
No, we'll try our best to check. All right. Thank you. Oh boy. This issue of WAEC. Before we go, Umokporo Jambosco say good morning, Mr. Barry. When the corpse of another man is carried, it looks like a bunch of firewood. This appears to be the case between the elite class and the masses since this snowballing insecurity started. The indifference and the lackadaisical approach of those in whose hands we have entrusted our lots is tackling this hydra-headed menace has been nauseating and disturbing, perhaps because they are less affected. But one thing with raising a monster is that one day the monster will rise against the master, just like we are beginning to see. Thank you very much. Okay, I think it is time for us to call it a quit on this particular program today. Opposition parties are different parties, but opposition is opposition. Opposition is you. So the parties are not the problem. The people are the problem. The name of the party is not the problem. You are the people in these various parties. So get your acts together and then everything will fall in line. That is where we'll be drawing the curtain for today's program, as we have some guests to attend to right about now. So apologies to those messages I couldn't read. It's not intentional. We'll do that again tomorrow. This is Straight Talk, and this is where we call it wrap for today. Bye-bye for now. See you tomorrow for another round of Straight Talk.
The sound of the city. 100.7.